y'all, it's Lissa, aka Bangs and Glasses. I'm back with a quick video for you all that's a little different today because I did want to kind of just share my perspective on the scrapbooking community and just scrapbooking in general. I know there's a video that's recently gone kind of viral in the scrapbooking community, which I will link down below, stating that scrapbooking may be a dying art and may be going away. There have been some recent announcements that prompted that video close to my heart, which is a big scrapbooking company, was a multi-level marketing company, has just closed its doors. Also, Pink Fresh Studio just announced that they will no longer be having a scrapbooking line. They're just going to be sticking to their stamps and dies. So I think there's just, a lot of feelings about that in the scrapbooking community right now, and people are starting to think about, what does that mean for scrapbooking in general? So I just wanted to kind of come on and share my perspective as kind of a younger scrapbooker on why maybe my generation is not getting into scrapbooking and how that may be affecting the industry. So just for some background on myself, I am 31 years old. Yeah, 31, turning 32 this year. I have a young son who's just about to turn 1 year old, and I've been scrapbooking maybe for about 10 years in a way. I did my first scrapbook in 2013. So I did 2 scrapbooks around that time and then kind of had a pause and then really got back into it around 2020 when I had a lot of free time at home, needed something to fill my time, and I just thought, hey, let's document some of these memories that have been just living on my phone. So I think like a lot of people in my generation right now, folks are just really being mindful of how they're spending their money. There's not a lot of extra in the budget to spend on hobbies, and I think one of the probably biggest reasons why people are not getting into scrapbooking is because it is kind of a big chunk of money if you want to have a large selection of supplies in order to do your albums. So I think cost is probably one of the biggest things why people are not getting into scrapbooking for my generation. I think probably the biggest reason though is because for my generation, we don't really rely on physical media. We saw the, transformation from having a physical copy of like a VHS tape, a DVD, to having all of that on a streaming platform. We rely heavily on the internet to connect with folks and document our day-to-day life. So going back to a physical medium for me is a really great break. I really love being able to document my memories in a physical, tangible way that, my family can look at for generations to come, hopefully. But for a lot of folks, they just don't really see that that's a necessary thing to do, to have a physical copy of their photos in real life anywhere. So I think that's probably one of the biggest things. And kind of tied into that also, because scrapbooking is a physical medium, that takes a lot of storage. You can see behind me, I have a whole lot of storage behind me. Thankfully, I am fortunate enough to have a craft room space in my home, and I was able to invest the time and money in creating this space for myself. A lot of folks in my generation, they are not able to purchase homes. They're living in rentals or apartments, and there's not a lot of extra space to go around, and scrapbooking supplies, they can take up a lot of space in your home. So I think that's another reason as well. So I think those are some of the reasons why my generation is not getting into scrapbooking. I think another reason I could say is maybe that it's just not very cool to scrapbook. It's kind of still seen as an old lady hobby, and even from what I see in the crafty community, it seems like it's a lot of ladies older than myself who are into it, and I don't really see a lot of scrapbookers around my age in the community. Maybe you're out there. If you are, around my age and you're a scrapbooker, definitely let me know down below. I'd love to, connect with you. But that can make it challenging to find community in the scrapbooking community if you feel like there's people that you can't really relate to around you, and it may just be a barrier for folks as well to feel like they don't really fit in to the community. So those are just some of the things I wanted to share about my perspective. And then I also just really quickly wanted to show and let you know that I am newly subscribed to the Bramble Fox subscription club. So I did finally get my first box in. Here it is here. So this is the February box. That's probably old news to everyone by now because we are in March. But I finally got mine in. So it just comes with some little acrylic pieces here. These are more of the title pieces. And then the last package here. Also included in the box were a lot of little pamphlets from past boxes with some ideas of how to use your acrylic pieces. So I'm excited to start that. But like I've talked about earlier in this video, I'm trying to limit my crafty budget as well. We're really trying to mind our pennies right now. So that may be the only haul videos you see from me. Hopefully over these next couple months is just sharing my Bramble Fox box that I get each month, and hopefully that is it. I really want to stick to a budget and work through some of this giant stash that I have behind me and just use up what I've already invested my money in my craft room. So that's all I have for you all today. I'd love to hear your perspective down below if you think scrapbooking is dying, why you think maybe people aren't getting into it, or yeah, what your thoughts are if you are also a young scrapbooker on the community itself. So let me know down below, and I hope to see you all again in the next crafty video. Bye!